Hi everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. With the solstice this week, we were going to do some tunings for you, solstice tuning and meditation and some other goodies that can help you get through the week and that help us get through the week. And so I'm going to start. I apologize for the little tuning I did last week. I had headphones on because we had echoing and it didn't pick up on the headphones. And so I don't have headphones on now, so it should work. So everybody just take a few deep belly breaths and relax. Close your eyes. And we'll just tune for helping us receive the light and integrate that within ourselves, and then in return be able to give from our heart, give from our spirit to what is needed in those around us and in the world and for ourselves. You know, I grew up disregarding totally everything about solstices that was spiritual or emotional based. I mean, it was just, the physical thing happening. Just like I had totally disregarded many things pertaining to astrology and many other helpful modalities, I guess basically out of fear and because of church teachings in general that if it wasn't more strictly based on Christianity teachings or whatever, then it was wrong. And I'm just the last year or two beginning to learn and receive how much, because all the planet or star energies around us are so much a part of the universe, so of course they would affect us too, right? And I'm very grateful to be learning a little bit. Especially I've learned how the sun charges our bodies, our biofields, The moon charges our spirit, and it takes the whole cycle of the moon. And it's the stars that influence us greatly. Stars or planets, as sometimes they're called, or wandering stars, as other times they might be called. And how it's those stars and planet energies that affect us on the daily with their energies, and how when they change and their relationships with each other change, and in location and things, that then it changes to different energies. It's very interesting. And I'm thankful that this solstice and a few others in the past that I've been able to learn and receive those in my life too. As we work, I'd like everyone to picture the light around in the universe. Everything, including us, is made of light particles, and the space between those particles, which is spirit. And with every breath you take, breathe in that light into you. Picture yourself growing lighter and brighter and more full. And with every exhale of sharing that light where it's needed in your world and in the world around you. I'm going to change forks. Once the sound, the tone dies. feel into your body. And if you feel, it's like, picture light, like looking inside you, inside your body, and picture lighting up your crown and inside your head, inside your third eye, inside your mouth, your down your spine, or however you see that inside your body. And if you see any darker places as you breathe in light, then direct your exhale and inhale both to that dark place. Burping or coughing or yawning is all just energy clearing from your body. Another exercise you might do that can help as you breathe, bring light into darker places in your body, because just like energy gets stuck pockets in our biofields that we clear, there's stuck pockets in your body tissues also. And one of the best ways that I found to find and release some of those pockets is I lay on my back on the floor, with my knees in the air, my feet on the floor. So it's kind of like the bridge exercise you may have done. And I take 2 tennis balls and place them under the back of the top of my shoulders. Sometimes I start at the back of my head and neck, and then I kind of push into the balls to roll my body up the balls, so to speak, or move the balls so they're going down from my head down to my neck and shoulders, and then behind my heart, under my shoulder blades. You can just kind of move around or roll around kind of to get the balls and stay in that area, back of your shoulders, back of your heart, back of your solar plexus, and just kind of move around and until you find a place that hurts a little, right? And then push gently, so you're pushing yourself into that pain, into the tennis ball, and breathe in there and be open to feeling emotion. I find those pockets, I feel the emotion in them. Often it's sadness because it's behind your heart. Sadness, grief, loss. Oftentimes it's related to giving too much, or it's related to throat energy of not speaking your truth, or times of arguing and fighting. Right? And so lean into those areas with your tennis ball and breathe through them, and let the pockets clear. And take one more final breath and a long, slow exhale. And I'll take one more strike or two. And as I make this last strike, breathe in as if from below your feet, and then exhale. Breathe in up to your heart and exhale out your crown as a way of drawing your energy upward and outward into the universe. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Carla.
Yeah. That feels good. If anyone listening has any thoughts of the solstice or things that you do that help you on the solstice, or other interesting things you've learned about it, you feel free to go to our Facebook page, the Facebook group. Health Energy Podcast is the name of the Facebook group. And just leave us a comment and we'll get back to you.
I've tried learning about the different traditions of different cultures for solstice, and I can't explain them all, but it's very interesting. So many peoples have beautiful different ceremonies and feasts and things like that. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
The day of the solstice is the earliest sunset. If you get up that early, it's also the day the sun appears to stand still.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's 9 hours more darkness.
Guess it shows how I have our wood burning stove popping and crackling in the background, and
Wow.
I can just imagine in some of the say medieval times, or times when there wasn't, say, electricity and forced air heat and everything, how important it was to sit around the fire.
Yeah, and it's also the time of the year when the earth is more fruitful, more able to it's the fertility is the strongest in the winter. Because we go inwards, and I guess we're always hanging around the house, so you can get pregnant easier.
Well, exactly. That's what came to my mind. I have a cousin who has said that she has several children, and they each have several children, and all the children's birthdays are of the grandchildren are between September and October, and it's because they all go to their cabin for Christmas every year, and 9 months later.
That's hilarious.
You had said you were finding you had come across a good herbal tea recipe that everyone might like.
Yeah. So with herbs, in the winter, in most areas, in a lot of areas, there's not anything fresh growing. So it's a good time to use dried herbs. Obviously in the summertime, you're going to hopefully be growing some herbs and picking them and using them in recipes and different things. But in the winter, it's good to get those dried herbs out and mix them all together and make something yummy. And I know, of course, they all have medicinal properties, and they all have very distinct tastes. And so probably a lot of the herbs that I'm going to say, most people might associate with Christmas time or, Yuletide or whatever, but apparently that's, a thing. So I wrote down cinnamon bark. So, and you can combine this. I like to boil a pot of water, and I use either spring water or reverse osmosis water. I don't usually use tap water for boiling herbs. But cinnamon, of course, is one that a lot of people like to use this time of year because it's associated with Christmas, in my opinion. And then dandelion root, and of course, dandelion's really good for detoxification and cleansing. Another one would be you could get orange peel for the taste and that citrus flavor. Throw that in there, and then ginger, another one associated with this time, and a great root to use all year long. Cardamom, another one associated with Christmas time, and cloves, and then licorice root. The only thing I'll say with licorice is if you have high blood pressure, it's recommended that you watch your amount of licorice because it can raise the blood pressure. So yeah, those seven herbs, and I like to boil a pot of water and throw them in, and then I use just a strainer and then pour everything into a mug with a strainer, and I like to let it cool just a little bit, not boiling, and then add raw honey. I'm a honey person, raw local honey.
Yeah.
So all of those just make me feel warm and happy, and you want to cuddle up with a book and and blankets and sip that tea.
Oh, that sounds really good. Why don't you email me the recipe, and I'll post it in the notes below for everyone that wants to see that. And a lot of those recipes reminded me of I make elderberry syrup, and I always put beside the elderberries, I always put the cloves and ginger and cinnamon in there. But I make a spiced tea also, and instead of using like black or green tea, I use rooibos as an herbal tea. But I always put the cinnamon and cloves and cardamom and ginger and nutmeg. I buy the whole nutmegs, right? And then I smash them with my coffee cup enough to crack them enough so that the water can get to all the parts. And the cardamom, I buy the whole cardamom seed, but cut them in half. So that they can the water can get to all the parts of it. But ginger is so good to use.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's so good. I've been soaking my foot in ginger quite a bit, ginger water.
Oh, how does that work? It just as a detox, or how?
For inflammation.
Okay, that's great to know. Yeah.
Yeah. And you could do compresses too if you have arthritis in a hand or a wrist or ankle or something. Make a warm ginger compress.
Oh, that's good to know. Yeah. And I was also thinking of my friends in Australia, because it's summer there now. And so I was thinking, I imagine your tea might be the same way, but the spice tea that I was speaking about, we like it cold too. And so you can, and the same way with the elderberry. And since you had mentioned that caution on licorice, elderberry's a little caution also. You need to take it in smaller doses, like a tablespoon a day, instead of a whole. You can take more if you're sick, but not drink like a whole glass every day constantly. It doesn't. It has arsenic in it, I believe, or arsenic, I believe, that's naturally occurring in the plant, which is less in the berries. And then by the time you boil it, it would be even less. But some people might be sensitive to that. But anyway, those are all good cold too, to let them cool and refrigerate them, and sweetened or plain. Yeah, very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Yeah, and then if they have it in the summer, you can just fill a glass jug with all those herbs and with your water and set it in the sun for a sun tea, about 4 hours. Yeah, that's how I've done it anyway, and was taught about 4 hours
Oh,
in the sun for a sun
that'd
tea.
be good. Yeah, I'll have to try
So
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just think of teas more often in the winter. I don't know, it's just a warming thing to me. So, but that's just me. I like to do more fresh juices in the summertime.
Yeah. Yeah. Very. I do. Well, talking about summertime, I grow a lot of herbs, and I have spearmint or wintergreen. It's not really a real strong peppermint, and but I grew both peppermint and spearmint together one time, and so I don't know which this is because I just dug some up to move. So anyway, but I just cut a bunch of those green and fresh and stick them in a sun tea jar. Um,
Ooh, yes.
and drink it that way in the summer. Or lemon verbena works that way really well too.
Does it? I haven't tried that. Yeah.
Yeah, in the summer. Although that doesn't, lemon verbena doesn't overwinter outdoors here, but you could bring it indoors if you had space for the winter.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it works really well. So yeah.
Yep. But that's my little winter solstice. We'll call it Jessica's solstice tea.
There you go. That's
Just
great.
those, yeah,
That's
seven
good.
ingredients.
I haven't heard of those, like all of them together. So I will try that. That's really great.
Yeah, and that's the thing with herbs. You can change it up per your taste, or if you have something some symptom you're having, you can add or subtract things too. So, but
Now,
it's nice to have little recipes.
yeah, for sure. Is the dandelion root, is that best to have just dried or roasted? Does it matter which it is?
I get it dried, so um, I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure if it's roasted dried or if it's just dried.
Fresh dried.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I have a few places I get my herbs, and I think I've talked to you about it before. Either my naturopath locally here has a lot of bulk herbs that he gets from a good organic supplier, and I also recommend, just for anybody listening, organic with herbs and all these things too, or mountain rose herbs. And I think I told you I have a membership with them, so they're all
Yeah.
organic as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll put that link to Mountain Rose Herbs down below. I've ordered herbs from them
Have
also
you? Yeah. Yeah.
quite often. Sometimes I order from another herbal too, or sometimes if it's with um, herbs that are not the common ones that are often weeds growing instead of what you might think of more food related herbs. Mountain Rose doesn't always carry all of those that I've wanted to use, or another company either. Some of them, like, I can't find anywhere, so I go to eBay and try to find an organic or at least a wild crafted source. Ramie, would you like to lead us in? Were you going to do Reiki, or were you going to do a meditation, or affirmations, or what did you have in mind today to share?
Um, let's do a solstice meditation, and I'll do Reiki while I'm doing it.
Oh, great! I like that. Yeah.
Just like that. Okay, feet planted on the floor, sitting up straight, closing your eyes, taking that big, deep belly breath. Inhale. Hold it at the top. Hold, hold, hold. And then slowly blow it out through a straw. And again, inhale, big belly breath. Hold it. And release it slowly, slowly. All right, go inside your body. Go to your feet and let those cords go down, down, down into Mother Earth, right in the center of Mother Earth. And anchor your roots into water or crystal. And pause here, see how you feel. See if you can feel the energy. And bring it all back up through the rocks, the mud, the soil, your feet. And then let the energy travel up your calves, your thighs. Let it stop at the tailbone. Ground your tailbone. And when you're grounded, this feels safe. You feel safe. And then let the energy go up the spine, back to the neck, back to the head, and then out to the crown. So above and so below. All right, and we're grounded. So now I want you to go to your heart space. And I want you to go to the back of the heart. There's that golden door. Open the door and step inside the chamber of your heart. And as you're walking toward the center of your heart, keep in mind that it is solstice. Literally, that means the sun is standing still. The longest night in history and the shortest day on the other side of the planet. And as you walk toward the center of your heart, you stop. Feel your heart. Feel the love. And then imagine the sun shining right into your heart space, lighting up your body, your mind, your spirit. And I'd like you to set your intention for this winter solstice. What do you have in mind for this winter? Reflection, maybe a project, maybe just going within even more. But set the intention right now. And feel the energy. Your heart meets the sunlight of this winter solstice. The time to stand still and reflect. What is your intention? How do you want to spend your winter? And I want to spend the winter in gratitude.
to spend the winter opening to follow the guidance of my inner spirit and where God or universal spirit leads.
And Jessica, do you have an intention for winter?
What came to me was fun. I want to have fun this winter. Enjoyment.
Very good. Very good. All right. So let's wrap our intentions in our heart and know the sun is shining also with the love. Makes for a very good winter. So we'll keep our intentions and visit them often. And now I want you to turn yourself around from your heart space, walk back toward the golden door. And when you get to the golden door, bless it one more time. And then slowly, slowly open your eyes and welcome back. Good.
Have me in tears, Ramie.
Oh, that's good. I just want to wish you both a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Yay,
And to each of our listeners, thank you so much. And may you have a peaceful and loving time with families or loved ones, and revisit your intentions and grounding to help you get through those times, because sometimes with families it's like a love-hate relationship sometimes, and it can be very difficult and overwhelming, especially if you're trying to make changes, and then those long time patterns that come back when you're around family that you grew up with, and love into yourself and love into receiving all the universe brings as good, because it always has your back. And know that we love you too, and are so glad to be able to share this with you and with each other. So we'll end it there, and Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year, and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Bye-bye.